Good morning students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. Today we are going to start chapter number 11 algebra for class 6th. Students, in mathematics you have already studied about numbers and shapes, isn't it? We have seen various types of numbers, we have worked with numbers, and also we have studied about geometry. We have seen several shapes and their properties. Now in mathematics, the next topic or the next thing that you are going to study is alphabets. Yes, we are going to use A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to X, Y, Z in mathematics. Okay, we are going to use alphabets also along with the numbers. Students, in simple words, if you use alphabets in mathematics, that means you are using variables. You are using variables. Okay, now let us discuss more about variables. What do you mean by variable, students? Such a value which is not fixed. Okay, if such is the value we are having which is not fixed, which is changing, okay, such value is known as variable. Okay, and because it is changing, it is not fixed. Variables are never fixed, students. They keep on changing. Okay, I'll show you one example. Suppose here it is given A, B, X, Y, Z. All are the examples of variable. Na? If I want to write A is equals to 2. See what I have written here. I have written the value of A as 2. Then in the next step I want A to be 5. Then I can write it as A equals to 5. Means it is my choice. Whenever I want, I can change the value of A, because A is denoting variable which is with the value of which is not fixed. Clear, students? I hope the thing is clear to you. Okay, students. So we can use any alphabet for showing the variable. Now next you can see some numbers are written 1, 2, 3 and so on. If here it is written 1, can I write it 10? No, I can't write it now, because 1 and 10 are not similar, they are not equal. So 1 will be 1 only and 10 will be 10 only. Students, that means these numbers are fixed. Such numbers which are fixed are known as constants. What they are known as? They are known as constants. And the general meaning of constant word is fixed, isn't it? Something remains constant means something remains fixed. It is not changing. So in the same manner, some numbers which are not changing are called as constants. So constants and variables. Now the next thing that you are going to see is plus, minus, into, divide. What are these? These are arithmetic operations or mathematical operations, isn't it? So I am writing here arithmetic operations. Okay, students, fine. So until now we have studied about variables, then constants, and then arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations are clear to you. Constants means numbers. Variables means alphabets in which you can put any value as you want. Now students, this three all together forms algebraic expressions. Okay, these three when written together form algebraic expressions, and here is your algebra. Okay, same thing already. Algebra. In algebra you are going to study about expressions. Now what do you mean by expression, students? Its example you can get here. What I have written here, just see, I have written 2 and x. 2 and x are written together now. That means, students, here I have multiplied 2 and x. 2 into x will give you 2x. Okay, that means here I have used one constant which was 2. I have used one mathematical operation which was into, then I have used one variable. 2 into x gave me 2x. Clear, students? So this is known as expression. Here also you can see 3x means 3 and x is in multiplication, then addition, and then a variable. So constant, variable, addition and a variable. It will form expression. Again some more examples, x plus z or 4b divided by t. These all are known as expression. Now what is expression? When we write a constant, variable and mathematical operation together, it forms expression. Okay, as here you can see 4 is a constant, b and t are variable and they are in division. So variables, constants along with mathematical operation forms expression or algebraic expressions. Clear, students? So for first exercise 11.1, these three things are most important. it should be before starting that exercise, the variable, constants and arithmetic operation should be clear to you, and I hope now after my explanation these three things are clear to you. Now some more points I want to clear related to this only, students. I am rubbing it now. So now I want to make a pattern for letter U. What is this? I have written U on board and here I am writing S. Okay, this U and S I want to make using matchstick, students. This pattern I want to make using matchsticks. Matchsticks you know na? So if I want to make a U, how many matchsticks will be required, students? For one line I want one matchsticks. So if you want to make U using matchsticks, how many matchsticks you will use? 1, 2, 3, isn't it? One matchstick this side, then second matchstick this side and second matchstick this side. 3 matchsticks in total. Clear na? Now if I want to make S, how many matchsticks I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for making S, I want 5 matchsticks. Any confusion? No. I hope it is clear, isn't it? Now students, I know every time whenever I want to make U, how many matchsticks I require for making U? 3 matchsticks. If I want to make pattern for S, how many matchsticks I will require? I will require 5 matchsticks every time, isn't it? But now the condition is, I want to make 6S. I want to make 6S using matchsticks only. Okay. For 1S, you require 5 matchsticks. Now, if you want to make pattern for S, how many patterns? 6 patterns. How many matchsticks you will require, students? We know that for 1S, we want 5 matchsticks. Then if you want to make 6S, how many matchsticks you will use? 5 6 are 30. Isn't it, students? Now, for 1U, you will use 3 matchsticks. Now, I want to make 20 U's. How many U's I want to make using using matchstick? 20. So what I'll do? 3 into 20. 3 2's are 6, 0. So if I want to make 20 U shapes using pencil, using matchsticks, how many matchsticks I'll require? 60 matchsticks. Isn't it, students? Now, if I want to make pattern A using matchstick, for 1A, you will require 3 matchsticks, isn't it? Now, some more numbers will take. Here I want to make 10A. Here I want to make 9A. Here I want to make 8A. Here I want to make 7A. So, how to find out, students, how many matchsticks we are going to use? Number of matchsticks used for making 10 A's. For 1A, 3. Then for 10, 3 into 10, isn't it, students? Then for 9A, 9 into, sorry, not 3 into 9. Then if I want to make A shape, 8 A shapes. So again for 1A, 3. You want to make 8A, multiply. Then 3 into 7. Let us see. For 10A we will require 30 matchsticks. For 9A we will require 27 matchsticks. For 8A we will require 24 matchsticks. For 7A we will require 21 matchsticks. Isn't it, students? This thing is clear. Now let us observe the pattern. What is common in all these 5 lines, students? Here 3 is common, isn't it? What is changing? The number of matchsticks is changing. Here 10 matchsticks, here 9 matchsticks, here 8 matchsticks, here 7 matchsticks. Now I'll make a rule. I'll write a rule for the number of A's and the number of matchsticks. The rule will be 3x. What I have written? The rule for this? I have written 3x. Here x is the variable in which you can put any number of A's that you want to make. Okay, x is that place where you will write whatever number of A's you want to make. As I want to make 15 A's. Okay, you are asked how many number of matchsticks will be used to make 15A. So what I'll do, I'll simply write this rule 3x. In x, I'll write the number of A's. So 3 into 15, how much matchsticks will require students? 45 matchsticks will be used to make 15A. Clear students? So this is the rule. How to make the rule? The thing which is constant. Here 3 was fixed. Every time if you want to make A, you have to use 3 matchsticks only. Na? That means this is my constant which is fixed. But what was changing? Every time the number of A's were changing. So that I have shown using the variable X. In place of X, anything you can write. You may write it as 3A, 3B, 3C, whatever you want. 3 will be fixed, A will be the number of matchsticks used. Okay. So this was the introduction for exercise 11.1 students. Now be ready with your textbooks. Open exercise 11.1. We are going to see the first question. So students, in your textbook exercise 11.1, I will just write the solutions on the board. So questions you have to see from the textbook. Let us see the first question, students. Here it is saying, find the rule which gives the number of matchsticks required to make the following matchstick patterns. Then use a variable to write the rule. So students, here what you are going to do is, some patterns of alphabets are given to us. We have to make those patterns using matchsticks, and then you have to write the rule using variable for making such patterns using matchsticks. In simple words, let us see and understand. As for the first A point, students, which pattern, for which alphabet we are asked to make the pattern? For T, isn't it? So for T, how many matchsticks you are going to use, students? T can be made using 2 matchsticks. So here you are going to write rule. Now students, every time when we will make T, how many matchsticks we will require for making 1 T? 2 matchsticks. If we want to make 2 T's, how many T's? 2 T's. So for 1 T, 2 matchstick. For 2 T, 4 matchstick. For 3 T, 6 matchsticks. Means here every time we will be taking 2 matchsticks for T, but what will change, students? The number of T's to be made will be changed. So here I will be writing 2N. What do you mean by N here? N will be the variable which will show the number of T's that we want to make. Understood, students? For example, I want to make 5T. How many T? 5T. तो मुझे काउंट करने की जरूरत नहीं है कि 2 matchstick for 1 T, then 2 matchstick for the second T, then 2 matchstick for the third T. No, I will be using this rule. 2 into number of T's is 5. So 2 5s are 10. I want 10 matchsticks to make the pattern T. Isn't it, students, clear? Now let us see B point. Now you want to make letter Z. For letter Z, how many matchsticks we will use, students? 3. Then you can use any variable. Here I have used X. Then for C, now we want to make U. For U, let us write the rule. Again, we will use 3 matchsticks. So 3X, 3A, 3B, anything you can write, students. Then point D, if we want to make pattern for letter V, how many matchsticks to be used? 2. So the rule will be 2A like this. Then point number E, if we want to make letter pattern E, so how many matchsticks for E? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matchsticks, students. So the rule will be 5X. Then the next letter to be made is S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matchsticks for S. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again the rule can be 5 N. Then last pattern is R or A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matchsticks. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we require 6 matchsticks for making A. So rule can be 6X. Got it, students? So these are the rules using the variable for writing the given patterns. Note it down, then we'll see the next question. So students, question number 2 will be your work. Just the practice question, you can do it by yourself. Question number 3 we are going to see. Cadets are marching in a parade. There are 5 cadets in a row. So in one row, number of cadets are 5. Then what is the rule which gives the number of cadets given the number of rows? So again you have to write the rule when the number of cadets and the number of rows will be given to you. Then one hint is given in the bracket, students. Use n for the number of rows. You can see that now. Use n for the number of rows. So what I have done, see. Third solution, let the number of rows equals to n. It was given in the question itself. I have seen from there and I have written let the number of rows be n. Then number of cadets in a row is 5. Okay students, as given in your textbook. So now if we want to find the number of cadets in 10 rows. So what you are going to do? 5 into 10, 50. Means here the number of rows is shown by n and the number of cadets in one row is 5. So the rule will be 5 into n, which is equals to 5n students. Clear? The number which will be fixed will be 5 and the number of rows will be n. So here the final rule is 5n. Let us see the next question, students. If there are 50 mangoes in a box, how will you write the total number of mangoes in terms of the number of boxes? Use B for the number of boxes. See the solution number 4. Let the number of boxes, as given in the hint, number of boxes we have to take as B. Then in one box there are 50 mangoes. So number of mangoes in a box is 50. So what will be the total number of mangoes, students? Number of mangoes in one box into number of boxes. So which will give us 50B. So here the final rule will be 50B. Got it, students? Next question, question number 6th. 5th. The teacher distributes 5 pencils per student. To one student 5 pencils are given. Then can you tell how many pencils are needed given the number of students, and use S for the number of students. So see the solution, students. Let the number of students be S. Then we know that number of pencils given per student is 5. So total number of pencils given will be 5S. Got it, students? 5S. This will be the rule for this. Okay, next question, question number 6. A bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. So 1 minute the bird is flying 1 kilometer. Okay, can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes? Use T for flying time in minutes. No problem. We have written let the flying time be T. Distance covered in 1 minute, 1 kilometer. So what will be the rule, students? 1 T kilometer means distance covered into time will give you the total distance covered. So 1 T kilometers. Okay, question number 7, students. Radha is drawing a dot rangoli, a beautiful pattern of lines joining dots with chalk powder. You know now what is dot rangoli. Then she has 9 dots in a row. So students, my first step here will be number of dots in a row. So Radha is drawing 9 dots in one row. Okay, then she how many dots will her rangoli have for R rows? So if number of dots in R rows, in one row 9 dots, in R rows 9 into R, what we are going to get? We will get 9R, isn't it, students? Then it is further asked how many dots are there if there are 8 rows. So number of dots in 8 rows, in one row 9 dots, so in 8 row we are going to multiply 9 8s are 72. 72 dots will be there. Okay, then number of dots in 10 rows. In one row 9 dots, in 10 rows 9 into 10, 90 dots. With this our 7th solution is also completed. Note it down, students. So students, we have seen up to question number 7 from exercise 11.1. That's all for today, students. Thank you.